Hi, Paul Thompson from Song Tuition here, and a huge warm welcome to this week's tutorial, in which today I'm going to be covering a song by the late great Mr. Jimi Hendrix. He's influenced so many guitarists over the generations, including myself. It's one of my all-time favourite guitar players. I'm going to be covering the great song Hey Joe. I'm going to be basing it on the live performance at the 1967 Monterey gig, just because there's so much more going on in that performance, I feel, than the studio recorded version. And I also want to demonstrate how kind of loose and open Jimmy is to, or was, to improvising and playing the same song differently each time. I'm sure every gig he played it completely differently. Indeed, on many interviews I've seen him talking about his playing, and he tries to be a complete natural at each performance. Every performance is different, and this is a great example. Who knows exactly how he plays it each time? Actually, this is my interpretation, and there's many other interpretations out there. I'm not saying mine's the definitive one or anybody else's. I just want to demonstrate how great his playing is, switching between chords and lead work as well. So there's covering the chords in this. There's two ways of playing it. Well, several ways of playing it. We can keep it to straight open chords, or there's some more complex chords that Jimmy uses. So I'm going to be demonstrating both those in the tutorial, and along with some trademark licks that he uses in that live performance. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a lot from it. And without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, on with the tutorial then. I'm going to split it into three parts. First of all, the intro. Then I'm going to run through the chords and different chord positions that we can play those in. And then I'm going to highlight some of the licks that are played in between each lines of the verse. First thing to say though, we're in E flat standard, which is most of Hendrix's songs are in. The studio version to Hey Joe is in E, traditional tune in E standard. The version that I'm playing, which is the Monterey Festival, is in E flat. So I'm going to keep it in E flat just so you can compare the sounds to the track itself. So E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat. Okay, so on with the intro. So we're starting on it'd also help if you have a little bit of knowledge on the 5 pentatonic shapes for all this tutorial, because a lot of the licks in between the verses do use different positions for those. We're starting off E blues position 2. or E minor pentatonic, position 2, down into position 1. I'm starting on a hammer on from the 3rd fret to the 5th fret, back to the 3rd fret, and I'm also catching the top string as well to create like a double stop for that first few notes. Then I'm coming down from the 4th fret with my 2nd finger on the 3rd string, sliding down to the 2nd, pulling off to the open string, finishing on the E note on the 4th string. Then I'm playing the open bottom string just to an E chord there. Okay, so slowly. Okay, sliding it up to the 5th fret on the keeping that E shape really, but sliding up to the 5th fret on the same 2 strings. Also alternating between the open bottom string. So 5th fret, 4th fret, down to my E there. And then coming in with my first finger up to the 7th fret on holding down the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings together, hammering on then with my 3rd finger onto the 9th fret on the 4th string, and then playing the double stops underneath with my first finger bar there. Down picking on the 4th string, up picking on the 2nd and 3rd to create a nice smooth style. And that's the intro there. Then we're going to go into the verse chords. Okay, onto the verse chords then. And basically, the sequence is C, G, D, A, which I'm playing as a flat first finger, and back to E. Okay, so we can keep it to those basic open chords if you so wish. I'm going to also show you some alternative chords that Hendrix would or may have used. But we'll stick to the rhythm first with the open chords. Okay, so I'm kind of mainly down strums on most of those chords. Just catching the root note and then a strum down on the C and the G. Bit of extra rhythm on the D. Also on the A. Before I go back to the E, I'm just kind of bending that 3rd fret on the bottom string there. And then in between the next round of chords, we've got the licks that I'm going to show you a bit later on. Some alternative little nuances within those chords. I can hammer on with my 2nd finger on the C there. Same on the G. Hammering on with my 2nd finger on that 5th string there. Now he does put quite a few times. Puts like a little slide up to the next D root note on the change to the D there. So C, G, sliding through the 5th fret to the 7th, and then onto the 5th string, 7th and 5th frets there. So that's a nice little link into the D chord. Okay, and then like I said, we've got licks in between each sequence. So some little alternative chords that he may and probably would have used. So instead of the bar chords, we can cut those shapes down to just kind of 3 or 4 string chords. The C, instead of the bar chord, I'm playing the front end of a C there with my first finger over the 4th, 3rd and 2nd strings. And what that helps me to do is to play some extra little notes within those chords. That's my C to G. With a G, I'm playing like an F-shaped G with my thumb over. again, it frees my little finger up to play some little extra notes there. Over the D, same thing as the C, but at the 7th fret there. Then to me A, same shape as me G chord, F shape, with thumb over, playing the root note of the chord if you can get there. If not, then back to the E there. And those are just some alternative little chord shapes that he could have used. Okay, so you can keep it simple with the open chords, or you can experiment with some of those alternative chord shapes if you so wish. Okay, then, so going through some of the licks that he puts in between the lines of the verse. Now, there's usually two little different licks per break. Like I said, in between the lines of the verse. So it comes off the E chord. So the first time after the first verse, we're coming up to, which is kind of like that fourth position of the minor pentatonic scale. Back to an E. I'm playing an open E there, but I'm just thinking about it. You could play a nice little power chord shape there, because the second lick in that sequence, it plays a little moving through the 5th position there, back to the 4th position, hammering on the 12th fret there, back to the 9th fret, coming down to the 7th fret, through those blues notes on the 4th string there. So that takes care of the first little lick. Back to the verse chords again. Second time, okay, we've got a nice little hammer on and pull off on the 5th string there, on the 5th fret and 7th fret. Again, open chord or power chord if you wish. Again, second time in that lick comes round that same lick that we did the previous time. Back through the next line of the verse. And after the second time, and then the second time is kind of playing a similar lick, on the open position this time. Okay, it's just a variation, and these are just examples. Like I've said before, you can adjust those to and experiment with them in different ways. Like I said, he would play it the same way twice in consecutive nights. So it's just a case of experimenting through. A few more to go through then. So some nice little additional licks. We can put in the intro lick. He does that a few times. And then some nice little blues runs. Some little chromatic runs down the 5th string there. Okay, so a couple more. A few times he stays on the E chord, so coming out of the next line of the verse, he plays a sus4 there on the E sometimes. I think he actually plays it. I think he plays it on that kind of like C shape up at the 4th fret there. And then for the second lick on that one, he kind of does like a double note pull off there from the 5th fret to the 3rd fret. Okay, so nice little E sus4 there. Okay, and then round another couple of little licks. down that blues scale again there. Okay, and he does a little trill there on the second string. So those nice couple there. Again, he's kind of some nice little blues runs again down the fourth string, and then we come up to the E minor pentatonic up at the 12th fret there, and he plays a nice little Chuck Berry lick to go with that little section. Okay, and then he just repeated some of those licks in between each verse for however many times it goes round. So some nice little licks to fill in those verses there. Now the solo in the solo section. Okay, I'm starting on the bend there. I'm not gonna explain the full solo because it is pretty much improvised again, and it's just finding that style of play that Hendrix would have used. But the opening lick, little bend on the 15th fret there. Lots of bends on the 14th fret there. And then hammering on the 5th. Keeping those bends. Bends that 15th fret again on the top string. And then all that solo is just around that first position E minor pentatonic scale there. And then when it comes out of the solo, okay, we've got a nice little sequence of chromatic runs there. So starting on the C, 3rd fret, 5th string, open, bottom string, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, to me, 2nd fret, 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th fret, 5th fret, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th on the bottom string, to finish 4th, 5, 6 on the 5th string again, and then back into the last verse. And again, all those little licks that I've demonstrated kind of repeat through the rest of the song. And I think on that live version, you just play another solo again at the top E minor pentatonic shape. So that's pretty much covers it. Like I said, it's a matter of experimenting with some of those licks and phrases in there. But once again, a great tune. Well, that's it for another week. Many thanks for joining me once again. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly tutorials and updates. If you're brand new to guitar, also check out my beginners online guitar course. 26 lessons takes you from complete beginner, having never picked a guitar up before, all the basic techniques that you need to take your playing forward. Check that out, it's on the website. Follow us on all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok and all the rest of it. And please get your requests in if you'd like me to play anything guitar-wise. I'm happy to do so, so get your requests in. That's it for another week. I look forward to seeing you next time.